Hi everyone, it's Catherine here, Linger Longer with Books. I realised that when I posted my holiday video to Boston, I didn't really cover off the books that I bought whilst I was there, so I thought that I would do that now. I did really well in terms of not buying tons and tons of books while I was there. I was just conscious of kind of luggage, space and weight. So I concentrated on just kind of the really kind of key books that I was on the lookout for in terms of trying to get US editions of them, or ones that I was just really keen to get hold of in the coming weeks. So that's what I did. And also obviously my love of books was kind of celebrated through my visit to bookshops. I also came away with lots of bookish souvenirs of places that I'd visited, so postcards, fridge magnets, key rings, etc. But anyway, the 3 books that I bought whilst I was there over the 5 days are kind of a real mix of genres. I think they're all from different genres, if we're being kind of saying that. First up is The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. This has only recently cropped up onto my radar. It's just because a lot of you on here were kind of raving about it. So what is this one all about? It says the premise is a wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy, perfect for readers of Travis Baldree and Sangu Mandana. So it says Tao is an immigrant fortune teller travelling between villages with just her trusty mule for company. She tells only small fortunes, whether it will hail next week, which boy the barmaid will kiss, when the cow will calve. She knows from bitter experience that big fortunes come with big consequences. Even if it's a lonely life, it's better than the one she left behind. So anyway, there you go. It's hailed by Sangu Mandana as the warmest, loveliest book I've read in ages. So I thought this would be a really nice one to get to in the first few months of 2025. Just paused filming for a nice sip of tea that I have made in my bookworm mug. And for those asking, can't see it without spilling it, but it is Earl Grey tea and I have it with milk and a sugar / sweetener. I know that makes me a heathen to many out there, but there we go. This is my channel, so if you're offended by how I drink my tea, then find tea lovers elsewhere like you. Anyway, my second purchase was the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This was the first book that I bought on my trip. I bought it from Harvard Bookstore on my very first night in Boston. There was no way I was going to go to bed when I got to my hotel about 5 p.m. local time, so I headed out on the public transport line to Harvard, and knowing that they were open, I think till 10 o'clock normally. I think they're open slightly later for the holiday season. But I just loved this when I saw it on the shelf like this, and I was like, oh, it's a trade paperback size. Kind of floppy. I know a lot of you out there appreciate the paper quality and the cover agility, let's say. But this one, does it actually say in here what this one's about? It's funny because it's kind of got a split cover. Can you see that? It's kind of got this outer and then the inner front cover. So it says, Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic. Her teenage kids have their own lives. Her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then James Harris walks into her life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years, but when children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? Oh, that sounds brilliant. So yeah, really happy with this purchase. Really looking forward to reading that in the next year. Do my damnedest to do that. And then my third and final purchase, I think this was on my last day actually. I bought I Need You to Read This by Jessamine Maxwell. And this was a purchase in Trident Books, where I had a lovely like brunchy breakfast burrito. and I saw it. It was on the pricier side. It was $28, which is a lot of money, but let's forget that because it was a holiday. This was the only purchase I made for that reason, because I just thought I can't justify more than that particular spend in that shop that day. So I really enjoyed Jess's debut novel, The Golden Spoon. Don't know if any of you out there have read that one, but this one has been on my radar for ages, and I have been finding it really hard to get hold of a copy here in the UK. So this is obviously a US edition, published edition. It's kind of, don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of got funny paper, slightly roughed along the edges. Don't know kind of what that printing process is. But anyway, it says on the inside sleeve, it says, "Dear Constance, is it possible to ever truly start over? Like thousands before her, Alex Marks escaped to New York City for a fresh start. Now she spends her mornings at the Bluebird Diner reading the paper over coffee with the regulars." That sounds lovely for one. "And her days working as a copywriter. Mostly she keeps to herself, not venturing far outside of her small bubble. But when her childhood hero, Francis Keene, the country's premier advice columnist, is murdered, Alex's meticulously guarded world cracks. Frances authored the famous advice column, Dear Constance, and her words guided Alex through some of her darkest times. When the New York Herald posts an advert searching for Frances's replacement, Alex impulsively applies, never expecting to actually get the job. Alex quickly proves herself skilled at solving other people's problems, but as soon as she settles in, she begins receiving strange letters." And I won't go on more than that, because I think that gives enough of an indication of how things probably will unravel. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. So that to me is sort of a crime thriller genre. This is more in the horror genre. And then obviously this one here is the fantasy genre. So that's why I was saying at the start that these three are very, very different. But yeah, please do let me know in the comments below if you have read any of these, if any of these are on your radar, if you are fans of any of these authors. Appreciate Jessica and Julie are quite new to being published. But yeah, would love to know your thoughts. And isn't like for what I've just seen, how cute is that cat here? Anyway, if you have watched this far, I really appreciate your support. And I would really, really value your your regular coming back to this channel by hitting the subscribe button and the like button if you feel that way inclined. And yeah, if you haven't already signed up to my channel to subscribe, I would really love to see you back here again too. If you've watched this far, again, thank you for taking the time to do so. I think in honour of the Grady book, let's leave a peach emoji. Let's avoid the blood coming out of the peaches. I'm sure they are peaches. I'm sure they are homage to Charleston. I think they're famous for peaches down in the south. But look how beautiful the inside is, albeit it is in black and white. So there we have it. This is a bonus video. Another video will appear as usual on Monday. But yeah, I hope for those celebrating the Christmas period / festive season, that you have a lovely time, however you choose to kind of mark and celebrate it. But until next time, take care, and I hope you have lots of happy reading time ahead of you. Bye. Thank you.